Let's cut the crap. Most of the men watching this right now, your word means nothing. Not to your boss, not to your friends, not even to the woman you're trying to impress. But worst of all, your word means nothing to you. Every Sunday, you tell yourself, this is the week. This is the week I start the gym. This is the week I fix my diet. This is the week I stop wasting my life staring at a screen. And by Tuesday, you've already broken that promise. A promise made in silence to the one person you can't escape, yourself. Most men won't survive what I'm about to say, not because it's complicated, but because it's a mirror. And most men today are terrified of what they'll see. So if you're comfortable being a ghost in your own life, click off. This isn't for you. But if you're sick of the weakness, sick of the excuses, and you're ready for the truth, then stay. Because we're not talking about motivation today. Motivation is garbage. It's a fleeting feeling for children. Today, we're talking about the one weapon that separates the men from the boys, the one law that forges kings out of commoners. We're talking about consistency. You've been sold a lie, a massive, crippling lie. The lie is that you need to feel ready, that you need a lightning bolt of inspiration to strike you before you can take action. You scroll for hours, watching other men live their lives, waiting for your turn. You consume motivational quotes like they're cheap sugar, getting a 2-second high before crashing back into your own pathetic reality. You think you're strong? You think because you can lift a certain weight or talk a big game that you're a man? Let me tell you something. Strength isn't what you do when the spotlight is on you. It's not the one day you feel like a lion. Strength is the 300 days you feel like showing up for absolutely nothing, and you do it anyway. It's the ugly, boring, repetitive work done in the dark when no one is watching and no one gives a damn. That is the battlefield where your character is built, or where it goes to die. And right now, most of you are dying. Forget everything you've heard about alpha, beta, sigma. Those are just labels people use to feel better about themselves. Let me give you a real image. Think of a blacksmith. Your spirit, your potential, it's a raw lump of iron. It's worthless, it's soft. It can be bent and broken by anyone. Life brings the fire, the pressure, the failures, the heartbreaks. It heats you up until you feel like you're about to melt. But the hammer, the thing that shapes you, that's consistency. Every single day you keep your promise to yourself. That's a strike of the hammer. Clang. You wake up on time. Clang. You do the workout you promised. Clang. You read the 10 pages. Clang. You say no to the cheap dopamine. Most men can't handle the heat, so they run from the forge. They want the sharp sword, but they're not willing to endure the fire and the hammer. The true man, the truly sovereign man, he's not the sword. He's the blacksmith. He picks up the hammer every single damn day, and he forges himself. The weak man is a slave to his emotions. He wakes up and asks himself, how do I feel today? If he feels motivated, he might go to the gym. If he feels tired, he hits snooze. If he feels sad, he drowns himself in distraction. His feelings are his master. The strong man wakes up and tells his feelings how they're going to feel. He has a mission, a code. His actions are not up for negotiation with the chemical whims of his brain. Think of a soldier on watch in the dead of winter. It's 3 a.m. It's freezing. Rain is pouring down his neck. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to be warm in his bed. Does he abandon his post because he doesn't feel like it? No. Because the mission is more important than his comfort. You have to see your promises to yourself as a mission, non-negotiable. Your feelings are just noise. They are passengers in the car, not the driver. You are the driver. So the next time you hear that little voice say, I don't feel like it, you tell it to shut the hell up. You are a man on a mission, and your mission doesn't care about your feelings. Duty over mood. The weak man needs an audience. He goes to the gym, takes a selfie, and posts Hap Grind. He talks about his big plans, his new business idea, his resolution to change. He's addicted to the validation of broadcasting his effort because he's terrified he won't get validation for his results. He's a peacock, showing off his feathers before he's even built a nest. The strong man moves in silence. He understands a profound truth. Talking about the work releases the same dopamine as actually doing the work. So he keeps his mouth shut. He starves his ego and feeds his discipline. A tiger doesn't roar before it hunts. It moves through the jungle like a shadow, silent, focused, deadly. You don't know it's there until it's too late. Its success is the only announcement it needs. Let your success make the noise. Stop telling people what you're going to do. It's a drug. It makes you feel good without earning it. Disappear for 6 months, a year. Let them think you've given up. When you emerge, you won't have to say a word. The blade you've forged will speak for you. Move in silence. Shock them with your results. The modern man is obsessed with perfection. He wants the perfect workout, the perfectly clean meal, the perfect hour of deep work. And if he can't have it perfect, he does nothing at all. He calls it all or nothing. In reality, it's just nothing. Real consistency is ugly. It's the workout where you're tired and can only give 60%. It's reading 2 pages instead of 10. It's writing 1 paragraph instead of a chapter. It's the clumsy, awkward, imperfect repetition that nobody ever sees. That's the ugly rep. And the ugly rep is worth more than 1,000 perfect reps that never happen. Building something great isn't one glorious act. It's 10,000 ugly, boring, thankless acts stacked on top of each other. It's laying brick after brick in the mud. It doesn't feel heroic. It feels like work. The man who is willing to do the ugly work when he's not feeling it is the man who will lap everyone else. Something is infinitely better than nothing. So you messed up. You broke the chain. You ate the junk food. You skipped the workout. What now? For the weak man, this is the end. He says, well, I already ruined my diet today. Might as well eat a whole pizza. He thinks one crack means the entire foundation is destroyed. He lets one bad day turn into a bad week, then a bad month. He has zero ability to recover. The strong man knows that failure is inevitable. He expects it. He plans for it. For him, a misstep is not a catastrophe. It's just data. When a warrior gets knocked down in battle, does he lie there and analyze why he got hit? Does he complain that the ground is dirty? No. He gets back on his feet before the enemy can strike again. The moment you realize you've slipped, that is the moment your test begins. The reset must be instant. Not tomorrow, not Monday, now. Ate a donut for breakfast? Your very next meal is clean. Skipped your morning workout? Do 20 push-ups right where you stand. The goal isn't to never get knocked down. The goal is to have the shortest recovery time in the world. The war is won in the moments after a loss. Don't think this is some fantasy. Look at the men who have shaped the world. Think of Kobe Bryant. The man was a machine. His famous Mamba mentality wasn't about feeling good. It was about his 4 a.m. workouts. Whether he was tired, sore, or celebrating a championship, his mission was bigger than his mood. He was at war with his own potential. Think of Keanu Reeves. For decades, the world has tried to label him, to figure him out, but he just keeps working. He spends months in his 40s and 50s doing brutal weapons and martial arts training for the John Wick movies. He doesn't post it on Instagram, he doesn't brag about it, he just works in the dark. The result is one of the greatest action franchises of all time. The work speaks for itself. Go back 2,000 years. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome. Every single day he took the time to write in his journal, not for publication, not for an audience, for himself, to hammer his principles into his own soul. That was his consistency. That was his forge. These men are not gods. They are blacksmiths. They chose the hammer day after day. The man you want to become is not born. He is forged. He isn't built on motivation, hope, or luck. He is built on the cold, hard iron law of consistency. He wages war on his feelings. He works in the dark when no one is watching. He embraces the ugly, imperfect reps. And when he falls, he resets instantly. He doesn't follow the herd. He doesn't need your applause. He doesn't ask for permission. He builds his own world by laying one brick at a time every single day. 99% of men will hear this, feel a little jolt of motivation, and do absolutely nothing. They will go back to their comfortable lives, their excuses, their slow decay. The question is, will you? This path isn't popular. It's lonely. It's hard. You get no sympathy, but it's the only path to real strength, to real freedom. So here's the choice. Stay in the herd. Stay comfortable. Stay weak. Nobody will blame you. Or you can pick up the hammer and walk into the forge. If this message hit you not in the head, but in the soul, prove it. Not to me, not to anyone in the comments. Prove it to yourself. The work starts now, today. With the very next decision you make, the choice is yours.